Under conifers, we say people cause fires carelessly. People cause fires carelessly. So up there we have plants. We are in standard 5 classification of plants. So up there we have plants, then green, non-green. Then under green we have flowering and non-flowering. Then under non-flowering we have said we write conifers. And then under conifers we write then li under then more, then ferns. So let's complete. A for algae or algae, li for lichens, more for moss or mosses, and then ferns. So we have conifers, alimofans. That is conifers, algae, lichens, mosses, and ferns. That is green, non-flowering. Now, what are conifers? Conifers we have said are people cause fires carelessly. So people for pine, then we have cedar, then we have fir, then we have cypress. So we have pine, cedar, fir is F-I-R, isn't it? And cypress. So people cause fire. So green non-flowering plants are conifers, alimofans. And the conifers are people cause fires carelessly. Then under that now we go to the other wing. That is the non-green plants. The non-green. So under non-green plants, we say, under non-green plants, we say bracket, a bracket. Just write a bracket like that. That is a bracket. You see my bracket? Bracket, that one. Bracket, then M, for M's, bracket, M, P, two P's, then T. You're writing downwards. I hope you're writing downwards, Yes. You're writing downwards?
Yes.
T, Y,
Yes.
R, A, D. So we have brackets, M, P, T, Y, R, A, D. What we usually say as bracket, quadruple M, double P, tirade. 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 Bridget, say that. Say bracket, quadruple M, double P, tirade.
Bracket, quadruple M, double P, tirade.
Yes, faster. Bracket, quadruple M, double P, tirade. Bridget?
Bracket, quadruple P, double P, tirade. Quadruple M, double P, tirade.
Yes, Precious, bracket, quadruple M, double P, tirade.
Bracket, quadruple M, double P, tirade.
Where quadruple M means how many M's? 4 M's, isn't it?
Yes.
4 M's. So bracket for bracket tree. Bracket for bracket tree. Okay. Then we have M for mold. Then M for mushroom. Then M for muca. Then M for mildew. M, mold. M, mushroom. M, muca. M, mildew. P, penicillium. Then we have puffball. Puffball. Then T for toadstool. 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 Y for yeast. R for ringworms. A for athlete's foot. And D for dandruff. That is all of them. Bracket quadruple MWP tyrant. So bracket 3, mold, mushroom, milka, mildew, penicillium, puffball, toadstool, yeast, ringworm, athlete's foot, dandruff. Dandruff. Those are non-green plants. Or you can sing a song. Or you can sing a song. And the song is head, shoulder, knees and toes, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, eyes, ears, nose and mouth. Did you sing that song in, was it kindergarten?
Yes.
Yeah? Or you were never in kindergarten? So you go. Non-green plants are bracket 3, mushroom, mold, and milka, mildew, puffball, toadstool, yeast, ringworm, dandruff, yeast, ringworm, dandruff, not forgetting penicillium, 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 not forgetting penicillium, ringworm, athlete's foot, ringworm, athlete's foot. So you can sing the song, or you can take the other one, which is bracket quadruple MPP tirade, depending on which one is better for you. Which one is easier? Hello?
Hello.
Which one is easier?
Bracket.
Quadruple M?
Double P tirade.
All right, that is easier. Okay, so that is classification. So once you have done that, then you have classified the plants. Here now we have classified the plants into whether they are flowering or non-flowering, and whether they are green or non-green. Now, give me examples of conifers. Bridget?
Pine.
Pine?
Cedar.
Cedar?
Fir.
Fir?
Cypress.
And cypress, correct. That is correct. Amy? Amy?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good. Give me examples of green non-flowering plants. Green non-flowering plants include conifers, alimofans. Conifers, alimofans. Conifers, alimofans. That is, conifers are for algae, leaf for lichens, more for mosses, and then fans, So we have non-flowering plants, green non-flowering plants, we have conifers, alimofans. And then the conifers are people cause fires carelessly. That is pine, cedar, fir, and cypress. And then now we have green flowering plants. Green flowering plants, that includes the grass. That is green flowering plants. We have grass. Give me other examples of green flowering plants. Bridget?
Maize.
Maize. Precious.
Yes.
Green flowering plants.
Beans.
Beans. Mangoes. Avocados. Rice. Etc. etc. Those are green non-flowering plants. Now that should summarize classification of plants in class 5. As easy as that. And you'll always get a question in that area. So that is very easy. Once you have summarized it that way, you are through with class 5 work on classification of plants. Is that okay?
Yes.
Then from there we go to class 4. Class 4. where you classify crops, okay? You classify crops,
Yeah.
classification of crops. And when you're now grouping crops, you start by talking about, let us go to crops. You start by talking about, 1 minute. Talking about those that we call cash crops. We have cash crops and we have food crops, cash crops and food crops. Now, the food crops are classified into tubers. Tubers, what else? Food crops. Tubers. Cereals. Fruits. Vegetables. Is that it? Tubers, cereals, fruits, and vegetables. So let us classify the tubers. The tubers, we have two types of tubers. Which are the two types of tubers? Amy?
Root tubers.
We have root tubers and Precious?
Stem tubers.
Stem tubers, correct. Now root tubers store food in the root tubers store food in their roots. Root tubers store food in their roots, whereas stem tubers store food in their stem. So, which part of a root tuber is eaten? Yes, Bridget? Which part of a root tuber is eaten?
Root.
The root, correct. And the stem tubers, we eat their stems. Ivan joined with audio. Oh, correct. So the part of a stem tuber that is eaten is stem tuber. So give me examples of root tubers. If I say, for example, Susan Irungu rode your car gently. Susan Irungu rode your car gently. Susan Irungu rode your car gently. Which type of tubers am I referring to here? I have sugarcane. I have Irish potato. I have rhizome. I have yams. I have cums, and I have ginger. Which type of tuber is this? Those are stem tubers. Stem tubers. So we say, Susan Irungu rode your car gently. Those are stem, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
S for sugarcane. Then I for Irish potato. R for R for R for Ivan. R for
Rhizomes.
rhizome, correct. Rhizomes. Then Y for Precious. Yamus. Yamus, isn't it?
Yeah.
Y for
Yes.
yamus. C for is it carrot or poms? Which one? Is carrot a stem or a root tuber?
Root tuber.
Huh?
Root tuber.
Root tuber, good. So therefore there we have corms, C-O-R-M-S, corms, corms. And then of course down there we have ginger. We have ginger. So Susan Irungu rode your car gently. Those are stem tubers. Those are stem tubers. Now, you go to examples of root tubers. Examples of root tubers. Examples of root tubers, we have carrots. We have one, arrowroots. Arrowroots. Then we have cassava. We have radishes. We have beetroot. Then we have turnips. Then we have sweet potatoes. What else is remaining? Anything else remaining? None. So you say, are roasted cassava better than sweet potatoes? Are roasted cassava better than sweet potatoes? Are roasted cassava better than sweet potatoes? R for arrowroots. A for arrowroots. R for radishes. C for cassava. Roasted cassava. B better for beetroot than for turnips and sweet potatoes. That is root tubers. Root tubers, which store food in the roots. Store food in the roots. In the roots. Any question up to that point? Then we go to the parts of a plant and their functions. The parts, external parts of a plant and their functions. So let us go to parts of a plant and their functions. Let me just get my charger, please. Parts of a plant and their functions. Good, let's continue. Parts of a plant and their functions. Let us start with the stem. Or we start with the root. Let's start with the roots. The roots, give me the functions of the roots. Number one, or let me start with mine. Number one, they store food in some plants. Store food in some plants. Number two, it is the main function of the root. Yes,
Support.
Support, or what we call anchorage. Anchorage, or support the plant. Hold the plant firmly into the soil. Number three, Vicious. They absorb water and mineral salts. They absorb water and mineral salts. They absorb water. So they store food, they support the plant, or they hold the plant firmly in the soil. They absorb water and mineral salts. Experiments, all right? Experiment. On the experiment, we start with the requirements. What do we need here? One, we need a young plant. Number two, what do we need? We need colored water, or water and ink. Number three, we need a razor blade. Then you will take the young plant, dip it in the colored water for some time, isn't it? After some time, you are now going to cut. Which part are we going to cut? Do we cut the stem, or the root, or the leaf? We cut the Stem.
Stem.
At the stem. So dip the young plant into the colored water. I hope you're writing. These are KCP testing areas. Dip the young plant into the colored water. Cut the stem after some time. Cut the stem after some time. Observation. Observation. What will you observe? What will you observe? There will be colored ink in the stem of the plant, isn't it? There will be colored water in the stem of the plant. There will be colored water in the stem of the plant. There will be colored water in the stem of the plant. Conclusion. Conclusion. What do you conclude? What do you conclude? What do you conclude? We conclude that roots absorb water and mineral salts. Roots absorb water and mineral salts. Roots absorb water and mineral salts. Now the next one we go to is what we call the stem. Let us go to the stem. Let us go to the stem. Functions of the stem. Number one, store food in some plants. They store food in some plants. The other function, Bridget?
Transportation.
Yeah.
Transportation.
Transport water, correct. Transport water and mineral salts. That is correct. Number three, they support the canopy of the leaves and branches. Is that okay? They support the leaves and branches. The leaves and branches. They support the leaves and branches. They support the leaves and branches. They support the leaves and branches. From there we go to experiment. Experiment. What do you need for the experiment? Number one, requirements for the experiment. We need a young plant. Number two, we need water. Number three, we need ink, or you will need colored water. And then number four, you need a razor blade. And of course, a razor blade, a razor blade. Then what do? Dip the young plant in water. Dip the young plant in water. Dip the young plant in the water. After some time, cut. What are we cutting now?
The stem.
We cut the leaf and stem, two parts. Okay. Now you cut the leaf and stem, not stem only. You cut the leaf and stem. If it is cut in two parts, that is transportation. If it is cut in one part, that is absorption. So cut the leaf and stem. Conclusion. Stem transports water and mineral salts. Conclusion. The stem transports water and mineral salts. The stem transports water and mineral salts. The stem transports water and mineral salts. Number three, the leaves. The leaves. The leaves. What are the functions of the leaves? Number one, we have photosynthesis, or they manufacture plant food. They manufacture plant food. They manufacture plant food. Ivan, are you still around?
Yes.
Ah, you're so quiet. Good. So they manufacture plant food. Number two, there is what? Transpiration, or loss of excess water. Loss of excess water. Number three, there is exchange of gases. Exchange of gases. Number 4, they store food in some plants. They store food in some plants. They store food in some plants. Now, from there we go to experiments. Experiment. Experiment 1, requirements: black polythene bag, black and a string, black polythene bag and a string, black polythene bag and a string. What do? Cover the leaf, and we need a plant. We also need a plant. We also need a plant. So what do? Cover the leaf of a plant with a black polythene bag and tie. Cover the leaf of the plant with a black polythene bag and tie. And tie. What are we investigating? What are we investigating? What are we investigating? Yes?
Photosynthesis.
Yes, Ivan?
Photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis, correct. We are investigating photosynthesis. Experiment 2, transparent polythene bag. Transparent polythene bag. And of course, a string and a plant. Tie the leaf of the plant, cover the leaf of the plant with a transparent bag and tie. What are we, observation? What will we observe? Droplets of water. We'll observe droplets of water. What are we investigating? What are we investigating, Brijo? Brijo, what are we investigating, Brijo?
Transpiration.
We are investigating transpiration. That is correct. We are investigating transpiration. Transpiration. Leaves help in transpiration. We have also said that the leaves also help in photosynthesis or manufacture of plant food. What do we need? So let us look at what is necessary for photosynthesis. So for photosynthesis to take place, what do we need? We say what? We say wow. Do we say wow? Yeah? Say wow, eh?
Germination.
Huh? Wow. Water, oxygen, and warmth, eh? Isn't it? Eh, water, oxygen, and?
No.
And what? Sorry. I'm talking about my own things. For photosynthesis to take place, we need carbon dioxide. What else? Carbon dioxide, chlorophyll, and mineral salts. That's our carbon dioxide, chlorophyll, and mineral salts for photosynthesis to take place. And of course, sunlight. And of course, sunlight. And of course, sunlight. And of course, sunlight. Sunlight. Any question? Any question? Any question? That is class 5. From class 5, we have left something in class 4 called weeds. Called what? Weeds. Called weeds. So probably we can go to weeds. Let us now go to weeds. I have just about 5 or so minutes to the end of this lesson. I know you are now hungry, isn't it? Bridget, you're now very hungry. I should allow you to go and swallow something, eh? Ivan. You want,
Yes.
to go and swallow some food, eh? So let me deal with weeds. What is a weed, Gracious? Gracious, what is a weed? Patience, what is a weed? Precious, do you know what a weed is? Ivan, what is a weed?
Yeah.
What is a
A
weed?
weed is an unwanted plant.
An unwanted plant. An unwanted plant. A plant that grows where it was not planted. That is a weed. An unwanted plant. You're right. So weeds are unwanted plants. Now, examples of weeds include blackjack, Sodom apple, pigweed, and wandering Jew. Blackjack, Sodom apple, pigweed, wandering Jew, and of course, finally, Mexican marigold. Mexican marigold. So we need to know the characteristics of those particular weeds. The characteristics of those particular weeds. So let us begin with the characteristics of weeds. Characteristics of weeds. We begin with blackjack. Give me the characteristics of blackjack. Characteristics of blackjack. Number one, it has what type of flowers? Blackjack.
White.
White flowers, correct? So it has white flowers. Number two, it has black seeds. Black seeds with what? With spikes.
Hooks.
That is correct. Black seeds with spikes. Number three, it is best controlled while still young. Best controlled while still young. Best controlled while still young. So blackjack, you only need to know it has white flowers, it has black seeds with spikes, and it is best controlled while still young. Sodom apple. Sodom apple. What type of flowers?
Purple. Purple.
Purple flowers, correct. Sodom apple has purple flowers. Purple flowers. Number two, it has thorns, thorny leaves and stems. Thorny leaves or broad leaves with thorns. Thorny leaves and stems. Number three, it has green, white fruits when raw. Green, white fruits when raw. But when they are ripe, what do they become?
Yellow.
Yellow fruits when ripe. When ripe. Remember, this one is not edible. It is inedible. It is not edible. It is not an edible weed. So it has yellow fruits when ripe, green white fruits when raw. Green white fruits when raw. Let us go to another one called pigweed. 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 Pigweed has what type of flowers?
Green.
Green flowers, correct? Green flowers. The leaves are green, pink. Is it green? Purple green. Purple green leaves. Purple green leaves. Purple green leaves. Broad leaves. Broad leaves. It is used as a
Table.
Used as a vegetable. Used as a vegetable. Used as a vegetable. Correct. That is pigweed. Wandering Jew. Wandering Jew. Give me the characteristics of wandering Jew now. I've also given you many. Wandering Jew. Leaves. Leaves. The leaves of wandering Jew. They are Ivan, there? Purple.
Green.
Green leaves.
Green.
Wandering Jew. Yeah. So start there. Wandering Jew, characteristics of Wandering Jew. I have exactly 2
Blue
minutes
flowers.
to. Huh?
Blue flowers.
Now, this is what I want to do. This is what I want you to do. I have less than 5 minutes. Do this. Write down the characteristics of 1. Wandering Jew. Wandering Jew. 2. Mexican marigold. Mexican marigold. The characteristics of Wandering Jew and the characteristics of Mexican marigold. The characteristics of Wandering Jew and the characteristics of Mexican marigold. Number 2, state the ways of controlling weeds. State the ways of controlling each of the weeds, the best way of controlling each of the weeds. And 3, says the reasons for controlling weeds, that is effects of weed on plants. So state the reasons for controlling weeds. State the reasons for controlling weeds. Reasons for controlling weeds. Methods of controlling weeds. I've already said methods of controlling weeds up there, and then the reasons for controlling weeds. Now, 4, finally, state the best method of controlling weeds in. 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 1. Seedbed. 2. A large farm. The best way of controlling weeds in a seedbed. Then the best way of controlling weeds in a large farm. And the best way, or the best method of controlling weeds generally. The best method of controlling weeds generally. Otherwise, girls, thank you for listening. Any question up to that point? Any question up to that point? Any questions? Ivan, any question?
No.
Amy, any question?
No.
Precious Wajro, any question? Precious, any question? Precious cannot hear us. Now, if there's no question, girls, what is that one doing? Ivy, is that your sister?
Yes.
Is something wrong with her?
No.
She needs prayers. Tell her that I'm going to pray for her.
Yes.
She needs prayers. Otherwise, if there's no question, let us end the lesson there. Tomorrow, our lessons begin at 9 a.m. Okay?
Yes.
Post a timetable on the WhatsApp group. So you look at the group and then you will find a timetable there so that tomorrow we have all the lessons. Today, we are just trying to see if this was going to work. Is that okay, Ivy?
Yes.
And Amy. So see you tomorrow. Toodles. All right.